know there's a visa that can save lives and offer fresh start to victims of human trafficking? Today, we're telling you all about the T visa. This video is going to explain what it is, its benefits, and how to apply using real life stories to help you understand it better. Don't miss out. So what is a T visa? Imagine arriving in a country with hopes of a better life, like in the United States of America, only to find yourself trapped in a nightmare. The T visa is designed to help people in those situations. It's a special visa for victims of severe trafficking. Here's how you can qualify. Requirement number 1, victim of severe trafficking. This includes forced labor or forced commercial sex acts. And we'll talk more about that later. Requirement number 2, in the US because of trafficking. So you have to be physically present in the United States and you have to have been here because you were trafficked here. Requirement number 3, help law enforcement. Victims must cooperate with the police to investigate or prosecute the traffickers unless they can't due to trauma or fear. And requirement number 4, extreme hardship if they are sent back. Victims have to show that they would face severe harm if sent back to their home country. Want to know how these visas change lives? Keep watching. Let me tell you about Shanti Gurung. Shanti was brought to the US from Nepal to work at a Hindu temple in New Jersey. I've actually been there. It looks amazing. But outside of how it looks, although she came here to work, she was brought to work as a domestic worker for an Indian diplomat couple, Nina and Jogish Malhotra. Apologize if I mispronounce it. She was forced to work long hours without proper compensation, subject to severe conditions, had her documents confiscated, and was threatened with deportation if she tried to leave or report the situation. Can you imagine having to face this alone? But don't worry. There's a happy ending. Shanti managed to escape her captors. Here's the happy ending. Shanti found help from a local organization, obtained a T visa, and now lives legally in the US. She received work authorization, accessed support services, and was able to rebuild her life. Shanti's story reminds us there's always hope and that we can overcome the toughest situations with the right help. Shanti gained great benefits through the T visa, but Immigration Nation, what other benefits does this visa provide? As a victim, it allows you to stay in the United States for up to 4 years. This period can be extended if necessary during the investigation or prosecution of the crimes, or if the victim's presence is needed for exceptional circumstances. It also gives you employment authorization. As a T visa holder, you can legally work in the United States. You can get access to public benefits. You may be eligible for medical assistance, food stamps, housing assistance, and other social services. I know we don't call it food stamps anymore, but you understand what it is. Now it's WIC. Path to a green card. After 3 years, you can apply for permanent residency and eventually US citizenship. Family reunification. You can bring certain family members to the United States. This may include spouses, children, parents, and unmarried siblings under 18, depending on your age and situation as a T visa applicant. It also protects you from deportation. Major benefit, providing you with security and stability while in the country. Amazing visa, right? Now, before I tell you what you need to apply for this visa, let me share Jane Doe's story. Jane came to the United States under the promise of a better future, only to be forced into prostitution by her captors, Alexander Maximenko and Mikhail Aronov. These individuals subjected her to forced labor and sexual exploitation, using threats of deportation and controlling her life through intimidation. It's a tragic situation, but don't worry. There is a positive ending for Jane Doe, which is why we're sharing it. Jane managed to escape her trafficker with the help of a kind stranger who noticed her distress and connected her with a local shelter. Her cooperation with authorities was crucial in dismantling the sex trafficking ring. As you can see, Jane Doe met the criteria for a T visa. Jane was a victim of forced commercial sex acts. Jane was in the United States during the trafficking situation and would face severe harm and possible retaliation if sent back to her home country. And she helped the police prosecute her trafficker. Can you imagine living with that constant fear? Once Jane received her T visa, she could stay legally and safely in the United States. She received work authorization and crucial services like trauma counseling. The T visa gave Jane the chance to start a new life, and it can give you that opportunity too. Now it's time to answer another big question. How do you apply for a T visa? Well, other than hiring us, of course. You're going to need to submit Form I-914. It's your first step in applying for the T visa. Essentially, you're telling USCIS that you need protection. Now, you're going to need to provide evidence of trafficking. Include proof such as personal statements, police reports, medical records. Form I-914B. While it's optional, it is not a requirement. It is helpful to include a statement from law enforcement confirming your cooperation. And there's always supporting documents like proof of identity that you are who you say you are, and evidence showing your presence in the United States because of trafficking. It might seem like a complex process, but with the help of an expert immigration attorney like us, you can obtain this visa, get justice for your situation, and enjoy all the benefits of this visa. If you haven't had contact with law enforcement yet, and you feel that you're a victim of severe trafficking, it doesn't mean you can't qualify for this application. Cases like Shanti's and Jane's are just example of how the T visa can work. But while each case is unique, there are situations you may not realize could also qualify for a T visa, like being forced to pay an unexpected debt. Imagine arriving and discovering the travel and accommodation costs have been greatly inflated, forcing you into a cycle of debt. There are also special cases where a person may not even know they are a trafficking victim, especially if it happens within their home or family, particularly in cases of forced domestic labor. There are many organizations across the US that provide vital services from legal assistance to counseling, like the National Human Trafficking Hotline, USCIS, or the Department of Justice Office for Victims of Crime. Now, I don't suggest you contact USCIS without first speaking to an attorney. As you can see, T visa situations vary greatly. Don't hesitate to seek help and find out if you may qualify. The T visa is there to provide a safe pathway to a better life. Contact us for more information and assistance. We're here to help. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, we're in this together. Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.